The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton. Today, actually, I'm talk about just a little rant here about the incident in Connecticut when President Biden or Comrade Biden was visiting a child care center, and apparently the Connecticut governor was there along with about some kids and some teachers, and it was on a playground. And what I'm bringing up about this is the fact that I am all for the First Amendment right for freedom of speech. However, you need to sometimes control yourself. Um, no laws were broken, but there were, at least the governor stated that there was obscenities and vulgar language used from the protesters. Now, I don't know if it's true or if it's not true. I haven't seen any video yet of it. Um, but even if there was, as much as it's not against the law, we need to have a little class. Um, there's words that we don't want our kids hearing at a certain age. And yes, sometimes the parents we do slip up, but for the most part, we try to keep them from hearing those words and let them know those words are bad or whatnot. Um, those protesters should have held some restraint and should have just said "Let's go, Brandon" instead of using the any other phrase or anything like that, because that still would have got the message across. But the kids wouldn't have heard the vulgar language. Now, with that being said, kids today have heard a lot worse from TV shows, radio, and pretty much. I mean, I can remember things that weren't shown on TV when I was growing up a kid that they have no problem showing today, and saying things today that they had no, that they bleeped out, in the 90s. So, I mean, yes, there's a point of, yeah, don't say it because, a lot of people, and I guess a lot of people figure since it's already on TV, the kids probably heard it anyway, but have a little class. We deem ourselves better than the politicians. So let's act like it. Um, don't stoop down to their levels. Don't stoop down. And, a lot of people say, well, the Democrats did it. And or these people do it, and it's like, okay, if Democrats do it, Republicans do it, and you're saying that you're better than them, why are you going to act like them? Yes, a lot of insults were hurled at Trump. I don't know if there was any. I'm pretty sure there was insults and vulgar language hurled at Trump when he was in office by the left, and there might have been kids around, but come on, we say we're better than them, so let's act better than them. um, I That's why on this channel we try to refrain from cursing. And I know I said um, the H word, and I might have slipped and said another word, but I try to refrain from that because even though I do put in the video that it's not made for kids, I don't have an age restriction on it. So I have to keep that in mind when we're doing videos, when we're doing, live feeds and stuff like that. Um, and it's not just because YouTube may say I violated community standards. It has to do with a more moral obligation on my part, um, and that's what people need to realize. Whether you're left or right, um, you shouldn't be using vulgarities in front of kids. At least not in front of anybody else's kids. What you do at home, you do at home. We have no control over that. We have no control of what people let their kids watch or whatnot. We can only be accountable for ourselves and what we say in the presence of other people's kids. Remember, we do live in a woke culture now, so saying a vulgarity may get a lawsuit against you because you might have hurt the person's safe space. Ooh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. But that's just my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? Um, Comment on the comments here. We always love feedback. We do get some feedback. We want more feedback. We want an interaction. That's why we want to do more live feeds. So if people join them and we can chat with them and back and forth. whether you agree or disagree. This is the Brothers of Liberty. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a choice. And that's what we try to let people know. Um, doesn't matter what political spectrum you're on, we may disagree. And a lot of times we have to agree to disagree. But let's bring it back to the 1990s where both sides were making compromises and we, the people, were united. And the politicians found out that that wasn't a good idea because it found out that we being united was a more threat to them, so they had to start dividing us. So let's get back and be united and show some class and show what we could do and to ensure freedom and liberty for the generations to come. This is the older brother Kelton, always reminding you what true freedom is and ought to be.